One, the journey is better than the destination.
If you're just driving to Tacobell, then the destination is better. But like,
I went to a junior college for about 2 weeks. You got,
dude, I don't want to do this podcast in the subway.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of the Hilarious Handbook. We're really excited to be kicking off this series. It's going to be a balance of, talking about college life, how to succeed in college, and also some of the fun times and memories you have in college. We're going to be interviewing a bunch of different people. We're going to be interviewing someone new every single week. The first week we have Tyler Brown, who is a second-year criminal justice major at Sonoma State University. And Tyler, how did you choose criminal justice, actually? I would not have thought that to be the major you chose.
No, honestly, a lot of people take business at Sonoma State.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have 3 older brothers. So my oldest brother is deputy sheriff in San Mateo County.
Wow.
Right over in that's San Francisco. And honestly, I've always liked what he did. I've never been, honestly, I didn't take business. I didn't like math. I don't like math. I'm not a math guy.
Not a math guy? Not a lot of people are.
I didn't want to do that. I'm not a science guy either, so I wasn't going to do like chemistry, and that shit's too hard.
That makes sense.
So I just did criminal justice, and honestly, so far it's been pretty chill.
Has everyone in your family kind of gone through that, route?
My uncle, my grandpa, my brother, and then like just a bunch of my cousins. So,
that makes sense. Sometimes it's like you don't do what your parents do. Like my parents are both lawyers, and the last thing I'm going to do is go to law school.
Yeah, no, like my dad's an electrician, and my mom's a dentist, and my mom's always wanted me to go to dental school, and I've been like, nah, I'm not.
She's a dentist, really?
Yeah, I'm not a blood type guy, dude. I don't really.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think dentistry or anything kind of medical would fall within a lot of people's realms. But yeah, that's very interesting.
Are they lawyers in Idaho?
Yeah, so they were lawyers in California, and then my dad got a job as working for the U.S. Attorney's Office in Idaho. So that brought us up there. My mom was a minority chief of staff in Idaho Senate. So
dogs,
2 dogs. But yeah, when you're exposed to all that, for me, like, dude, I hate reading.
Yeah, no,
I'm not gonna sit there and read a bunch of like cases.
When was the last time you think you read a whole book?
For fun or for class?
Just read a whole book. That's not a textbook. Like a
okay. Well, if that's the case, I read a book my freshman year of college. We had something for baseball we had to read, and it was called Chopping Wood. I couldn't even tell you what the book was about anymore. I just read it because it got me playing time. So
I was gonna say about 8th grade.
Oh, really?
I don't know the last time I read a book.
I guess I had to read that book. So for enjoyment, I would say 4th grade. We had silent reading in 4th grade, and I decided to read a book about.
I'm trying to think of my.
I think it was like the Magic Treehouse or something like that.
You ever read The One and Only Ivan?
Yeah, dude. Is that about that gorilla that's like in the circus or whatever?
I think it's an elephant. Wait, no.
No, actually.
Nah.
Hey, comment down below if The One and Only Ivan.
Look it up.
Comment below if The One and Only Ivan is a gorilla.
One and Only Ivan.
Or an elephant.
I'm pretty sure it's about an elephant.
No.
An old mom elephant.
I don't know why I thought
taken away from her daughter.
Ivan's a dude.
Yeah, you're right. It's definitely a gorilla now that I think about it. Tell me elephant, Gavin.
I don't know if it's...
gorilla.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
The
one and only.
See, I read it so long ago, I don't remember.
I honestly, I liked that book. It was pretty nice.
It's probably the only book I've ever liked that I've read.
Yeah, it was just long.
It's the only book
I would dread reading it, but like after I was like, oh, it's not a bad book. But so where are you from exactly? Because
I'm from San Francisco, a little town called San Bruno, and that's to like San Mateo.
Now I know about San Francisco, and it's like a lot of traffic, a lot of fog, a lot. Is that what San Bruno is, or is it more like kind of suburban?
No, it's a lot more suburban, a lot more low key, less fog. It's not right next to the bay. So it's usually a little harder, but it's still just Bay Area weather. It's still like max like 80, low like 60.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of the best kind of weather I feel like, especially if it's year round, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, growing up in Idaho, it's like it's really hot one season. You can't even go grab the mail without breaking a sweat, and then like in the winter you can't go because it's just like.
Yeah, like
5 feet of snow on the ground.
We don't even have
5 feet 5 inches.
We don't have AC at our house because like.
Well, yeah, you don't need it. You don't need it. No houses in California.
We probably turn our heater on like. Just January.
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
Maybe a few days.
That makes sense. So yeah, talk about your your high school life, because I know you mentioned before you went to a private school, and I feel like there's a very big difference when you go from a private school to like a public university, like what Sonoma is.
Yeah, so freshman year I went to an all boys private Catholic school. I played football, basketball, and then I just didn't really like the all boys type thing. It was just kind of a weird dynamic. And then about halfway through the year, I wanted to transfer to St. Ignatius, which was in San Francisco. So told my parents, and then literally like the week they accepted me to transfer for my sophomore year, COVID hit. But I was still like, yeah, I don't want to be at Sarah. So I went to St. Ignatius, and then my sophomore year was all online. So I really only had 2 years at that school, junior and senior year. But yeah, definitely like just the dynamic's a lot different coming from private to public school. Like, I mean, obviously like the money portion, like a lot of people I went to school with had like more money than God. Like money wasn't a problem for
them. More money than God.
But I mean, yeah, it's also like, I mean, college is obviously different than high school, but just like I had a bunch of friends that went to public high schools. Like I had a dress code. Like I had to wear.
Oh, really? You went to one of those schools?
Yeah. Like
honestly, I couldn't see myself.
Yeah, like I had to wear a polo.
That.
I had to.
Well, that's not horrible, I guess.
I mean, yeah, it's not. It wasn't like I had to wear like a uniform. But like I had to wear a polo. I had to wear khakis. Like I couldn't wear jeans and shit.
And then you come to Sonoma where it's like super laid back and whatever.
Literally do.
I feel like it's almost easier to adjust though. Like imagine if you go from like a public school setting, like just a public high school, and you go to like a private school. It's a lot harder to adjust. Whereas you kind of honestly, you were able to kind of. It was so much easier to adjust because I mean you're just adjusting to like normal life.
Yeah, well, like the one thing about like private schools that I will say, I don't know if it's better or worse, but they care a lot more. Like my teachers would like they'd be on my ass like if I wasn't doing something. Like here, if I don't turn an assignment, like my teachers don't care at all.
Well, and that's the case with any kind of high school. I don't think it's necessarily a private school type of thing because in high school, like the teachers all know you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They actually know who's in the class. They know like your year and everything. Here, to be honest with you, actually, it's not that bad here compared to like bigger universities.
No, we still do.
Like you can build a connection with your professor at Sonoma, but let's be honest, they have a lot of other stuff they're doing. They're doing research on top of that. It's more so you have to hold your own accountability. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But that's good to know. And I mean, you talk about being a criminal justice major, which is a very interesting major, especially here. I didn't really realize we had a pretty good criminal justice about program.
35 of us when we had
really?
Like at the beginning of the year when you have the like major meeting that you're supposed to go to, like meet your advisors.
Oh, I remember that. But keep in mind, not everyone goes to that. So take that 35 and add a good 100, honestly, in my opinion.
I mean, 135 still. It's not that many. I mean, it's probably one of the smallest majors here.
It's still a major that's well known.
Yeah, no, I've
taken criminology classes.
Well, dude, I feel like business is probably 40% of the school.
And
like
nursing.
Wine, business, all.
It's nursing and business. There's a good amount of kinesiology, but with criminal justice, I think it's really unique. And I'm like, what do you want to do with that when you're
something in law enforcement?
Being
a police officer seems a little sus right now in California.
Yeah, it's definitely. I wouldn't want to be a police officer in California right now. I think I'd want to be like try a Midwestern state. Like honestly,
California though, dude.
Yeah, California's a really. I love California.
Dude, the problem, like honestly, I think the problem with growing up in the Bay is it's just like literally everything is there. Like there's.
You have everything. That's the thing.
And it's like if I want to leave the Bay, I drive an hour. And
Exactly.
So it's like I probably would never. I mean, the only thing that sucks is it's so expensive.
Would you ever consider taking the bar exam to practice law?
I don't know. Honestly, I thought about going to law school, but like.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work and a lot of reading, dude. If you don't want to sit at a desk all day,
but it's so rewarding, though.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, lawyers make a bunch of money, and you also get access.
Well, you got to balance that and your happiness. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, no. I mean, obviously, you want to do like that's why like a lot of people when I tell them I'm a criminal justice major, they're like, "Oh, what do you want to do?" I say like law enforcement, like, "Oh, like gross." It's like, well, like that's not what I want to do.
You want to be able to wake up in the morning and want to go to work and not dread it. I see so many people when they get to work, they're just like, damn, I really have to go in there. And it's like, if you're doing that, bro, especially at a job out of college where you know you're going to be there for 5 to 10 years, it's just not good for you.
Yeah,
you know
honestly, personally, I value happiness over money because, like,
Right.
at the end of the day, having $1 billion and being real sad is not that cool. But having $100,000 and being real happy, wife,
Well,
kids,
you feel more fulfilled. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Like, dude, if
That's
you're
fair.
living
Yeah.
check to check, but you're happy, like, it's
The happiest people in the world are probably not the richest people in the world. That's what I think.
And to be fair, I feel like in order for you to like try and get more, you have to be happy. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to move up in life, like if you have a job and you don't enjoy it, you're not going to try. You're not
No,
going to try and
exactly.
move
And
up.
that goes along with like everything too.
You're going to want it.
Yeah. But anyways, let's move past that. We've gotten to know our host now, and we're gonna go. Staying on the college topic, I found this this interesting fact, and I think you're a great testament to that. I don't know how far your hometown is exactly, but a lot more college students are taking shorter trips to college in the sense that they're staying closer. I believe it's like 37.9% of people are staying within 50 miles, and I'm sure it's actually, is it more than 50 miles from?
I think it's like 56 miles.
Like people are staying so much closer. A lot of people are staying local. Obviously, you got your outliers that are going for, maybe say sports. I know I came here because of sports.
Idaho.
Like, I don't know, but there's also an advantage to staying close, I think. And you can speak to that. Like, if you wanted to go home, you're what, like a good maybe hour drive away from going home? That must be nice, dude. Like,
hour and 15 if I follow the speed limit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, and you don't. So maybe a little quicker than that. But I mean, for me, dude, it's like, dude, I got to drive an hour and a half to get to the airport, and then I have an hour flight back to Idaho. So it's not.
Gross.
That's one thing I do like miss is it's like I see my family like twice a year because of it, and I wish they were closer. But I also like I don't regret coming to Sonoma.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, probably the number one priority I had when I was picking college is I didn't want to leave California. So I didn't want to be far away from my family. I didn't want to have to take a plane ride home.
Exactly.
Like I just didn't want to have to do that. And like, honestly, a nice thing about Sonoma, like if I'm ever just like, dude, I want to go home, I'll just like drive home.
And for me, it's kind of like the opposite. I wanted to get out of Idaho because when you grow up in Idaho for a good majority of your life, it's just kind of you see the same things. And I wanted to see another state, and everyone's been talking about California and everything. I've been to I was in California for a little bit, but I don't remember most of it. And so I really wanted to see like the whole state. And like I've been anywhere north of like Eureka all the way, as far south as San Diego. So I mean, I think it's definitely first of all, it's two very different states. Oh wait, it's the same state, but it's
you say NorCal and SoCal?
NorCal and SoCal are like 100%. Two completely different states.
I wanted to go like if my dream college was San Diego State, like I wanted to go to school in SoCal. Still in California. I don't know. It's also just, dude, school, if you don't get a huge scholarship, out-of-state tuition is gross.
Well,
literally
it depends
gross.
on if you have the WUI, which is the Western Undergrad Exchange, it's affordable. It's affordable. But you're still going to probably get some loans.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I feel like, honestly, unless you're going to like an Ivy League school, like a degree is a degree.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Like, I mean, the difference between Sonoma State...
I agree. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
No, honestly.
Keep that in.
Don't keep that in.
But
cut that.
That was pretty funny. Holy, that's honestly, we can end it on that. That was hilarious. But yeah, no, that's kind of crazy that a lot of people are staying a lot closer. And honestly, it's not a bad. I think it's it helps the economy. I don't know how it helps the economy. It sounds like it does.
Are you a business major?
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah. Might need to change my major after that one. I don't know.
Go to like physics or something.
Dude, you do not want me in charge of physics.
I don't want you running a business. After
Gravity will not exist. Gravity will not exist if I become a physics major. Promise
feel
you
like that is not possible. But that'd be sick.
Hey, sometimes
there was a man who could change gravity.
There's just a man that could change gravity.
You know why he would change gravity, chat? You know why he would change gravity? Everyone does know why he would change gravity. I'll leave that one there.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't even know. So comment if you know.
Yeah, everyone knows.
But yeah, we're moving into our next segment now. We've talked a lot about college and all. Let's get into some more fun topics. This next segment is called In or Out. So we're going to be going over a scenario, and we're going to say whether we're in, like we agree with it, or we're out. And these are all a bunch of hot takes. Pretty relevant hot takes as well. Our first in or out, Tyler. Dairy Queen is the Walmart version of Sonic.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. Or wait,
really?
wait.
I'm gonna have
to disagree with you on that.
I personally think it's in. I'm in on it. Like
I don't. Honestly,
really?
I've never been to a Sonic in my life.
See, so you can't
There's
really
none around me. The only thing I got going for Sonic is the fact that they deliver your food on roller skates. And the amount
I've never had that happen to me.
Exactly,
I've never had
Bro,
you see those videos where someone literally rolls out and then they just eat shit.
That's what I was just gonna say. Every time I see it, they eat shit.
Yeah.
So you tell me that's not the Walmart version of Dairy Queen? You ever held a DQ Blizzard upside down?
Oh, that is. Ooh, I didn't think of that. You know,
they gone like that. No.
DQ Blizzard.
Exactly.
Hey, one of these. Imagine this. You're like one of those Dairy Queen workers, and you do it, and the whole thing just falls out. Imagine. You think that's happened? It has to have.
Probably.
Like someone messes up the production of it, and just like.
I feel like if you worked at Dairy Queen.
Oh, 100%. 100%. There's a reason why I've never worked at Dairy Queen.
Where have you worked, Chris?
Worked at GNC. I worked as a private baseball coach.
Oh.
Yeah, worked as a tutor for a little bit, so very low-key kind of jobs, but, you know, I've gotten other offers. It's just been seasonal, and I just haven't had the time. But, yeah, that's our first one. Next one, this is a really interesting one that depends on where you are in your school life. It may be different, but mullets are a great hairstyle.
Oh, my, that's a
Are you in or out?
That said street. I think it depends how old you are.
Wow. Honestly, I was going to go there too, yeah. Wow, so here's what I think. 1, if you're under 24, it's cool. 2, if you're an athlete, it's acceptable.
Why?
Because it's just like, it looks, I'll be honest, as a baseball player, it looks cool when you have a hat on. You got the flow. Jesus. You got the flow and everything. Like, I'm sorry, from that perspective, it makes sense.
I mean,
what? You don't agree? God, now you don't agree, huh?
I mean, not really. It's just like I've seen people with better flow.
Really?
Yeah.
That don't have mullets.
Okay, like I won't say that, but Bryce Harper, not a mullet. I like his hair. That's not a mullet. That's not a mullet.
I'll give you that. I'm honestly, if you look at it from a whole,
Can you even name me a player with a mullet?
Bobby Witt Jr., Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, how's he doing right now?
Oh, he's actually probably was the best player in the league this year. Actually, if you look at his stats, yeah, he was I think he was.
You ever heard of someone named Shohei Ohtani? You ever heard of him?
Oh, I've heard of him.
You've heard of him?
Yeah, I have.
You're telling me he's not better?
I said he's one of. If you look at it from an all-around standpoint, because Bobby Witt plays defense and he hits.
Dude,
Shohei Ohtani just hits.
I could play defense and hit, dude.
Oh, well. Don't put yourself on too big of a pedestal now.
All right.
Next.
Read the Nets in and out so I can beat you on this debate again.
Next one. The journey is better than the destination.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, it depends how long the journey is.
I think in life.
Like if you're just driving to Taco Bell, then the destination is better. But like,
okay, it depends.
I'm going through something hard.
I'm in on it. I think the journey, no matter what, is always better than the destination. Because the destination, like obviously that's your goal, but how you get to your goal is, and obviously I'm speaking about it from more of a kind of life perspective. But I mean, if you talk about it from a Taco Bell perspective, holy crap, you and your Taco Bell.
Dude, you want to see a fun fact?
What?
I'm going to have to bring my phone into the podcast, and I'll show the podcast in a second. Look what Tay texted me last night. Shout out Taylor Yee. I went to Taco Bell last night. Him and Big Whack, shout out Big Whack, saw me in the drive-thru. Look at this. Shout out Tay Yee. All right, back to the podcast. What were we talking about?
What? You saw someone in the drive-thru. That's dope.
Yeah, I know. Well, we were talking
about a lot of
about
people
Taco
go
Bell.
through the drive-thru of Taco Bell.
All right, back to the journey of destinations.
You're in, right? Or you're out?
Yeah, well,
you're in.
Just think, once you get to the destination...
Once you get to the destination, the journey's over.
Yeah, the journey's over. If you have a journey to, like, be a MLB player, once you get to the MLB, like,
Obviously, but now the journey's to stay there now too. You know what I'm saying? Just because you get there,
yeah, but then that starts a different journey. That's
but it's still a journey.
New chapter. Yeah, but a new chapter.
I think we're both honestly. I think we're both in on it. The next one. Now this one is very college related, and it's something that honestly I'm in on. I'm gonna say I'm in on. The junior college route is beneficial. I'm in on it.
Yeah,
I'm in on it. I went to a junior college. I went to a junior college for about 2 weeks. I'm a true JUCO bandit.
Oh boy. What happened after those 2 weeks?
I didn't like the school.
Nice.
But
Nice.
I think it's beneficial from an athlete's perspective. I also think it's beneficial from a lot of people's perspectives. You know, it's a lot cheaper. And a lot of junior colleges, you see transfer to like really bigger schools. I know Saddleback and SoCal, a lot of those students are attending now UCLA, USC, bigger schools, and you know all their journey started at a junior college. And there's so many people that have gone the junior college route, and I think it's beneficial regardless if you're an athlete or not.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have like 5 friends that are going to Santa Barbara Community College, and once you complete the 2 years there, you automatically get into Santa Barbara.
Like to UC Santa Barbara, and that's a great school,
dude.
Very big party school.
Yeah,
too.
because the community college is like 15 minutes away from UC Santa Barbara, so like all the houses in between are just college kids, so like they still do everything at UC Santa Barbara.
Yeah,
you're in Santa Barbara, dude. It's kind of sick.
All right, our next in or out. Hot dogs are a type of taco.
We might fight.
I think this. No, they're not. I'm out. They're not a taco.
I didn't either, but when you think about it. Close your eyes and think about it. What's a taco?
It's meat in a shell.
Well, it doesn't have to be a shell. You can get soft shell tacos.
You can get soft shell tacos.
Trust me, you can get soft shell tacos. Bring up Tacobell again. I get them every day. Not every day. Cut that.
Leave that in. You can be an ambassador for Tacobell.
Dude, I wish.
But
can I throw out a crazy fact real quick? I just want everyone to know. I don't use the app at Tacobell because I don't understand how to use it. I'd have so many points. All right, back to the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a taco. Personally, I don't think it's a taco. I think it's more of a sandwich than it is a taco.
Okay, well, I do too, but that's not the in or out.
Okay, I'm out. I'm out. It's not a taco. I'm out.
Okay, well, now you got to debate, is a taco a sandwich? Because like technically...
No, because a sandwich is 2 pieces of bread. A shell, it's one. Technically, it's one
bread.
Well, I'm just saying, whatever it is.
You ever gone to In-N-Out and got pieces of lettuce as your buns?
And it's 2 pieces of lettuce, right? It's one shell that you're wrapping up.
Yeah, a taco.
No, but it's one whole thing. It's like when you first have it, it's like one.
I mean, have
2 pieces of bread,
you ever had a hamburger bun that's like slightly connected on one end? That's technically 1 piece of bread.
No.
Yeah, it's technically one unless you slice it in half.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But I'm still out. I don't think a taco is a type.
Dude, we'll debate for the next 27 minutes until I get you to say the hot dog is taco. All right, fine.
I can see your point. I'm out as of right now, but we got to move on to our bigger debate. We have 2 big debate topics I want to go over, and Tyler, we're going to need your phone again for heads and tails to see who's for and who's against it. And our lovely producer, Gavin, shout out Gavin, will be the judge to see. And we'll have an opening argument.
Bravo.
You'll get to rebuttal, and then you have we each have an opening one and a rebuttal. So the first one is online classes are better than in-person classes. Now, for context here, we can be against what we're arguing for, but we just have to win the argument. You know, I could have the opposite view of what I end up getting, but I have to defend my side. So Tyler, if you can please ask the lovely Siri or something for a coin flip. Also,
can you flip a coin, please?
I'm tails. So Tyler gets head. So what do you want? You want for it or against it?
I'll take 4 online classes.
For
1,000.
So since you're for it, you can go first.
Okay, 4 online classes. We starting with like a opening statement?
Yeah, opening statement. You get 1 opening statement and 1 rebuttal.
Okay, 1 opening statement, 1 rebuttal. Okay, so online classes, obviously you get to do from your bed or your desk. You don't have to go in. Cut this if you want, but you can also cheat in online classes a lot more easy. We also don't.
We know how Tyler's getting his degree.
We also don't have to go in. That's not true. I don't take online classes. I take a lot of them. You just don't have to go in. Like, why would you want to drive to campus to go to class?
That's fair.
You never have to see your teacher. Like, the only thing I'll give you, I hate about Zooms, breakout rooms. No one ever does anything. But then again, it's like,
going back to your previous point,
you could just leave Zoom
and just do your work.
Yeah, like, dude, half the time in the Zoom class I have, my teacher sends us out. She's like, do this in a group. I'm like, I'm good. I leave the Zoom, I do it, I turn it in, and then I get a grade.
That's fair. I think this. In-person classes are better because you build that in-person connection. You're never going to build a connection with an employer.
Big social guy over here.
Yeah, I'm a big social guy. But, like, you're never going to build a connection with an employer online. For all you know, they could be some random person. I feel like you build all those connections and you have that in-person contact, whether it be with your professor, an employer, your classmates. That means a whole lot, and it's a lot easier. Like, obviously, yeah, you might have to, take a couple minutes of your day to get there. But I think ultimately, like, I think they're better just because the connection's there. It's a lot easier to get help if you need it. Whereas, you got to rely on something else if you're online. You got to rely on good internet connection. You got to rely that people are actually going to be there. Because like you mentioned, you can just go to bed and sleep it off. Someone can come into a Zoom and just go back to sleep and still be on that Zoom. You can't rely. You have to rely on an outside factor.
Done that one.
Yeah, you have to rely on an outside factor.
True. My rebuttal is still that you don't have to go to campus. You can just do it from your bed. That's my rebuttal. Kind of seems like you won this debate, but
my rebuttal to that is, yes, you don't have to go to campus. You can stay in bed, but it's also going to prepare you for later in life because there's very few jobs where you can just stay in bed all day. You got to learn to get into that routine. You got to learn to go to campus. We're not talking
about being ready for life. We're talking about going to class. And also,
but we're connecting it to later in life. That's where I'm trying to come from.
Yeah, but the question doesn't say that. That was not included in the question. The question is online classes or in-person class. And also, personally, if you're about grades, I feel like taking an online class, your grades are going to be higher. For no particular reason. They just seem to be higher.
There's definitely a reason there. And if you know the reason, you know the reason.
Grades are grades at the end of the day.
Hey, honestly,
you get an A on the report.
Get degrees. But hey, that's like I said.
Until you make it.
I'm still gonna say this. That's not gonna prepare you because ultimately, like obviously, we're looking at classes. But I'll take it to I'll try to take it to the next level.
Walk
and say,
across that stage, shake the president's hand, hand you the diploma.
He'll have no clue of
hold up the diploma
how you got there. We all have different ways to get to graduation.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the president on the day I graduate.
All right. So Gavin, Mr. Judge, who won this debate?
I think Tyler obviously won. He had such an easier position. Though. Yeah. He didn't really have to argue much. I think online classes are just so much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Are you? Dude, I totally thought
That's crazy. Honestly, I'm for the online classes too. Obviously, I didn't get to choose that side. Brings us to our next debate, though. Hopefully, I'll get what I want to talk about with this one, which is if there's a drive-through, it is a fast food restaurant.
That's not true.
All right, heads or tails?
That's not true.
No, that's Tyler. That's
not
Tyler.
True.
Tyler, heads or tails?
I'm arguing for it not being true.
No, you got to go heads or tails.
You choose.
Tails.
Nope, heads.
So I'm gonna go. It's not true. So you have to go. You're for the argument.
Okay. Go ahead. Go first. Go.
No, you
for won.
It. You're for it.
Okay.
So if you're for it, you go first. If you're against it, you go second.
Okay. Think about it. Think about the name. Drive-through. How do you get through a drive-through? How do you get through a drive-through, Chris?
It. You get in the car and you drive through it.
Yes, so anything that has a drive-through is a drive-through. Anything that you have to drive through is a drive-through.
Everything you drive through, you have to drive. You're not going to walk through.
What's the question?
If there's a drive-through, it's a fast food.
All right.
That makes it fast food.
Cut that. Yeah, true. Just switch out one of my words. How do you get something fast? You can't get something fast by walking through. You drive through. They hand you the fast food. Drive through fast. Drive through fast food. Drive through fast food. You say it fast. Go ahead. That was my opening statement.
That's fair. I think. Let me think.
I think I got this one in the bag.
Drive-through, if there's a drive-through, it's considered. Here's the thing. There's a lot of things that aren't like fast food. Like if it depends what you consider fast. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's a drive-through in a bunch of other places that it's not fast. It's just it stays the same amount of time.
Example? Give me an example. Give me an example. Give me an example.
CVS.
Dude, okay, when you go to the CVS pharmacy, that's not food. That's that doesn't.
That's true. Chipotle. I'll say Chipotle. I think
this.
No.
In my life.
I think, well, dude, in Idaho, every Chipotle has a drive-through, and I say this.
Okay, well, that's
you get your food faster in Chipotle if you go inside than you go through the drive-through. And here's another thing. The drive-throughs, they're so much more convenient that there's a longer line. There is a longer line when you go through a drive-through. You can go like every single time. For example, the In-N-Out Burger near Scandia over here. Going inside is so much quicker because there's no like line inside. Because every single person, when you go there, right, the drive-through is packed to literally the parking lot.
You want to hear something? So when you're making that turn and you see the In-N-Out right here, you know what you do?
You go to the Chick-fil-A.
You turn on your left blinker and you go, whoop, and now you're in the Chick-fil-A line and you're out much quicker.
But I still think, because drive-thrus, I will say this, they are more popular. But because they're more popular, they take longer. Because you have to wait longer. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but also, how's In-N-Out in Idaho?
Drive-thru's longer.
Bitch. How's In-N-Out in Idaho?
8 lanes? 3-hour wait?
8 lane. What?
Look it up. Look it up. Look it up on YouTube. Promise. Look it up on YouTube.
What In-N-Out do you go through that has 8 lanes?
Apparently that one. There's not 8 lanes anymore because everyone in Idaho is just excited to see it for the first time. Yeah,
I didn't know they had anything. I thought
we have a Topgolf. We have a Topgolf actually. Yeah. Mad expensive though. Holy crap.
Do you guys have running water?
No, we don't actually. We just drink from the
electricity?
river. We just drink from the river.
The Idaho River.
Yeah. But no, if you go through a drive-through, it's more popular. I will say that. But because it's more popular, it takes longer. It's not fast. You have to wait.
Yeah, well,
we should actually do that. You go through the drive-thru, I'll go inside, and we'll see who gets their food quicker.
Obviously, you're gonna get your food quicker.
But think about it. Nope. You heard that right here. I'll get my food quicker.
If we go to In-N-Out, if we go to Tacobell, if we go to any other fast food place other than In-N-Out, because it's an anomaly, big word.
Like that private school right there.
Yeah, I know, right? Name me a big word right now. Name me a big word.
Ambiance.
It's like 14 letters. Nah, that might be 8 letters.
14 letters? Ambiance is not 14.
Ambiance. Look it up, producer.
That is not 14 letters. Ambiance, I am
Ambience.
That's like 8.
That's what I just said. I
said 14.
And then I said 8. And then I said 8.
All right. Who won this debate?
So, I think you really fumbled by going down the In-N-Out path because that is the only restaurant where it is quicker to go inside. Drive-thru lines are always quicker because they're prioritizing it because they got a huge line and they can't have it go around the block. I would have chosen with you, but the argument just changed so much that I have to give it to T-Bro.
That's 2-0 on the debates.
Dang. Yeah, I'm 0-2 now. So next guest next week, I got to pick it up. Obviously, congratulations on winning both of those. For the record,
I'm literally the goat of this podcast.
And this will be the last podcast you're ever on. But
yeah, but I went undefeated.
You went undefeated.
People are gonna.
I need to pick it. I need to get back to 500.
People are gonna look at me for future podcasts and be like, "Can I go 2-0 in debates like he did?" Probably not.
That's true. The goal is to go. Not. If you're a guest, the goal is to go 2-0 in debates. Obviously, I fumbled this week, but next week, I'm coming back.
Why is the goal to go 2-0?
You like losing?
No, the goal is to go 2-0 to be like me.
Okay, like I said, going back to you putting yourself on a pedestal. Anyways, we're gonna end this podcast with a funny. Tell us a funny story that's happened to you in college so far, and please keep it PG.
Oh, okay. Honestly, I do have a funny. It's a little bit tragic. This is about my freshman year.
Okay.
We had this little gap in our door. And like not big animals, but like lizards and frogs sometimes ended up.
Really?
I might start crying. Let me get this serious. One time there was this lizard ended up in our dorm. We named him Frank. Producer, is that correct? Frank? Yeah, he was named Frank. Ended up in our. He was a G. He just sat below our TV for about 6 days. He didn't move. We thought he was dead. And he disappeared. and we got sad. And then one day I was sitting at my desk, and I saw a little tail. I saw this little floppy thing. I was like, oh, that's weird. And I opened up my drawer, and it wouldn't open. It was kind of like stuck on something.
Yeah.
Kept pulling a little bit harder. I got a little angry. Fucking yanked it. Sorry for the F word. Lizard. I killed Frank in our dorm.
Yo.
Yeah. Wait, that wasn't a funny story at all.
That was not a funny story. What?
Dude, we're gonna...
This man is a piece of shit. He murdered a lizard.
Hey, I guess that's funny to Tyler.
Let me tell another story. That was not funny. I didn't even think about that. That was kind of depressing.
That's actually so...
Funny story. I killed a
Funny
lizard.
story. I killed a lizard. Oh my gosh. You blew that one.
Let me tell another.
Let me give you an example of a funny story. So I was taking the trash out one day, my freshman year, and I threw the trash in the little dumpster, and 2 raccoons just jump out at me and scared the living shit out of me. That's a funny story.
Oh,
see, he's laughing. It's
right,
funny.
Here, I have another funny. Producer wasn't here for this one. Surprise, surprise. One time, me and my freshman dorm mate went to get food from Taco Bell.
Of course,
probably not surprising. We parked in our Zinfandel parking lot, Rip Zinfandel, and there was like an Uber Eats driver, parked in like the handicap spot, just sitting there.
Okay.
With this car on it. Me and Ashton, my roommate, we get out of the car, start walking. This guy puts his car in drive. You know those little like cinder blocks that you don't like drive over?
Oh, no way.
He sends his car over the cinder block. Me and Ashton just standing there. We're like, oh shit. Puts his car in reverse, sends it back over the cinder block, but he can't get his front tires over it. And this dude, for 2 minutes, just goes like this over the cinder block.
No way.
Bro, he broke the cinder block. Me and Ashton are just standing there. He gets out of the car, and he looks at us, gets in his car, throws it in reverse, flies over it, and then just flies away. I think it's still broken.
Really?
Little
and that was in the Zinfandel parking lot.
Yeah, that little...
That's crazy.
Best village in Sonoma State.
That's why they don't like coming to DoorDash and stuff to campus. Because of that.
It's probably that one guy.
But yes. Anyways, pretty good first podcast. We're end it here. Tyler, what's a piece of advice you want to give to people that are in college right now?
Don't give up on your dreams.
Wow, that's a good one.
Fake it till you make it.
And enjoy it too. Enjoy it. You're only here for 4 years. If you're smart, 3, sometimes 5. But enjoy it. The best time of your life. We're living it right now, and it's the most Taco Bell. It's the most fast food you're ever going to consume. What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of the Hilarious Handbook. We're really excited to be starting off this podcast series. We're gonna. Oh God! Fucking damn it! All right. What's up, guys? Welcome.
All right, we're ready.
The fucking Hershey's down.
I'm going.
How to be successful in college.
Sorry, I just realized this. You can see the fucking light. Sorry. I
mean, yeah. At least you realize.
did that now.
You realize that halfway through the farm. This might get a little sexual, bro.
Whoa!
Hey,
dude, we're never gonna get.
I forget I'm hot mic'd.
We have Tyler Brown as our guest.
Hola.
And super excited.
Fuck! I don't know what to do.
Okay, wait. So when we mess up,
he's right where the fucking camera is. Fucking looking in the camera, I see his face. All right.